Hi, I'm Alor Reyes Braulio Cesar. I'm going to talk about the positive and negative impact about the pandemic in these years. So, in the last years, we have been living in a bad situation because since 2019, we have lived in pandemic and this situation continues these days. This was a catastrophic thing because the pandemic makes a lot of troubles in all topics like politics, economy, social, and different topics, and this continues for a long time. In my case, at the beginning of the pandemic, I didn't have any familiar with this sickness because my family made a strict quarantine, and my brother and I didn't go outside in more than 8 months. Unfortunately, my fathers didn't follow the quarantine because they had to work for this difficult time because many restaurants were closed and my parents had to continue working. This situation is a bad thing, but on the other hand, the grand part of the online classes is bad. But a specific aspect to online classes have been great. I mean, for example, many students can enter in class when they have any problem like they didn't wake in time or troubles with the transport or something like that. It's more easy way turn on the computer or smartphone and enter to the class. And this thing have a bad side because this tool depends on the internet and the velocity that the student has. This shouldn't be a problem, but in our case, the cut connection at the bad internet is a regular problem. This makes different problems like many students didn't understand the class or they didn't see the class, and this is terrible situation because they will lose important information. In other aspects, the pandemic makes a good change in the ecosystems because the contamination that we are making in the past years was reduced in many places. The contamination in many places, in special in parks or the beach, and the most important, the global warming decreased. This was a nice change because the contamination was a big problem in the present. I try to mention the most important topics about the pandemic and I try to resume every point in this case, but the pandemic has been making many changes in the world. This is a historical part of our history and this pandemic made a bad change and good change. But I try to live with these changes because any person in this time try to make the better effort to adapt to these new lifestyles and the change that the pandemic made. That's it. My name is Alor Reyes Braulio Cesar and this is my experience with the pandemic. Thanks for watching.